my thought is the USA, they run the world. They're not going to give their one superpower up, which is the US dollar.
Yeah.
Oil is not going to settle in Bitcoin. The social security payments that this grandma is going to get is not going to settle in Bitcoin. So then what is Bitcoin going to be used for? It's just all manipulation right now. They're going to start to gain control of it, and then it's going to be manipulated, and it's not going to move at all. So
wherever you guys are watching this show, I would truly appreciate it if you follow or subscribe. It helps a lot with the algorithm. It helps us get bigger and better guests, and it helps us grow the team. Truly means a lot. Thank you guys for supporting, and here's the episode. All right, we are here with Gavin Mayo today. I met you in the crypto space, man, and you've done a lot of interesting stuff.
yeah, it's been a while. I think probably known each other for almost 3 years now before you even had this podcast. But
Yeah.
glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
I feel like we caught that last bull run together. We made some good money and
Oh yeah,
got closer. When you make money with someone, I feel like you develop a bond there.
yeah. It's crazy too because there were a few kind of big players in that space. Everyone kind of knew each other at the time, and then
Yeah.
everyone was just making so much money. And yeah, I think back to those.
Good old glory
Basically,
days.
2021. All of 2021 was just for
Fun year,
everyone
man.
was crazy.
Now, it looks like it might happen again, but you have an interesting take on Bitcoin. Do you predict that Bitcoin might drop to $0?
Yeah, so I actually think that Bitcoin will move in opposite cycles after this cycle. So I've always told people I do think we'll probably hit 100K, maybe 150K. It really just depends what the stock market does. Because remember, crypto is based off US dollar money printing and 10-year yields. It's not based off of if this ETF is getting approved, if people want to do this. But the thing I tell people is, what does Bitcoin actually do? What is it?
Mhm.
I don't know, maybe digital gold at best, but gold's been around for centuries. Bitcoin's been around for 15 years while we've been printing money and rates have been at zero. So let's see Bitcoin survive when rates are, I don't know, 3-4%, no money printing, we're in a depression. What does Bitcoin do then? It's just a speculative asset. So
Right.
that's kind of what I tell people. And for Bitcoin to actually survive and be widely adopted, like some of these Bitcoin maxis thing, do you really think the US dollar is going to stop being around? My thought is the USA, they run the world. They're not going to give their one superpower up, which is the US dollar.
Yeah.
Oil is not going to settle in Bitcoin. The social security payments that this grandma is going to get is not going to settle in Bitcoin. You're not going to buy milk with Bitcoin. So then what is Bitcoin going to be used for?
Mhm.
What, to scam other people or, I don't know, pump it up to the moon? And it's just all manipulation right now, especially with this ETF getting approved. Everyone's bullish. I'm actually bearish because what's going to happen? It's going to be just like silver in the 1800s.
Yeah.
They're going to start to gain control of it, and then it's going to be manipulated, and it's not going to move at all. So,
They're just buying the news.
yeah, I mean, the ETF is, the news is bullish, I guess. That's why we're pumping right now, and probably one last blow off top. I mean, we see it in the stock market too, but
Yeah.
I'm not too bullish, and I'm probably one of the only people that will say this about Bitcoin. They say that, yeah, crypto's the future. I think it's a scam. It's all just, and I'm in crypto too. I'm one of those guys. I have like most of my net worth in crypto. I trade crypto every day, but I'm also smart enough to know that when the time comes and I think it's time to get out, I don't care.
Yeah.
Bitcoin can go to $10 million. Once I'm out, I'm out. I'd rather just have nice tax-free wealth, buy some real estate, and chill out. I don't need to gamble my portfolio in Bitcoin. And most people that have actual money, we're talking 100 million plus, they don't put their money in Bitcoin. Maybe 2-3% that they make from bond yields, they put it in crypto or a speculative asset.
Yeah.
But most people are not, even with this ETF, everyone's like, yeah, but now all the big players are going to put in. They're not. No, it's just to rake in fees from degens. That's basically it. That's what the hedge funds are thinking.
Absolutely. So I know you became a millionaire in your teenage years. Was that from crypto?
Actually, not really. So I became a millionaire when I was 19, right before I turned 20. Literally I always said before I turned 20, I wanted to be a millionaire. And I think 3 days before I was in LA for my birthday trip. It was the first time I ever kind of left my hometown other than college. And that's where I ended up staying. So yeah, it was like 3 days before. Crypto did have a little bit to do with it because this is when shitcoins were going crazy.
Yeah.
I was killing it there. And yeah, for the most part, it was my first ever business that I ran with my business partner. It was like a subscription-based Discord thing where we were just teaching people about stocks. It was like $25 a month. And yeah, it was mainly from that. And then after that, everything just went pretty crazy.
Nice. So are you still heavy in stocks, or did you realize a lot of them are kind of manipulated?
I don't care about manipulation. I actually like manipulation. I mean, I don't care if something's a scam either. I'll still make money off of it. Everything in life is a scam. Your job is to figure out how to monetize off of it and just be done with it. So I don't care if something is a scam or even like all these Ponzi's that are created. I'll get in a Ponzi, but I'm going to get out before everybody else. But yeah, so I still trade. I trade equities. I trade commodities. I trade shit coins. I trade crypto. Whatever I think looks good, I'll trade. So I'm actually pretty heavy into stocks. I have a pretty big portfolio, and I do options on SPY, QQQ, and VIX.
Okay. Yeah, I think there's certain people that do have an edge, whether it's analyzing charts or just information, and you seem to be one of those guys.
Yeah, it's not like gambling. Like we're in Vegas right now. It's not like gambling where some people say they're good at gambling. Yes, you can be better if you do better math, but for the most part, trading is based off of, and to be honest, gambling is too, based off of your portfolio value. So if you have 500K, you probably can do a lot better than someone with 5K. Because if you're wrong and you put all your 5K into a position, then damn. But if you're only 5K into a position and you're wrong, you can just DCA 15K the next time, 40K the next time. You're going to be right. Stocks just, unless we're in a Great Depression, they don't just keep dipping. Stocks are quite easy. Now, crypto, maybe it's a little bit harder because there's so much manipulation. Sometimes you could be shorting it and the thing could be up 10% the next day. You're just completely wrecked.
Right.
So you got to be careful with crypto. I don't believe in Forex. I think anybody that says they make money in Forex is lying. No one makes money in Forex unless they're getting people in their broker because there's no rhyme or reason to the market. So I stay away from Forex unless it's like a long position. And I like commodities as well. But yeah, my bread and butter, I would say, is shitcoins right now because no one smart trades them. They're just all retards.
Straight degen. And you turned $100 into 1.5 million with shitcoins, right?
Yeah, back when you would just throw a dart at the wall and it'd go to the moon, but that doesn't happen anymore. Now I actually I trade shitcoins like I would trade equities. I find large cap shitcoins. I don't know, 1 to 2 mil liquidity that you can chuck like 30 ETH at.
Yeah.
I buy when they're red, when it's completely nuked, everyone's selling for losses. That's when I start to buy. If it keeps going down, I keep DCAing. With ETH, Solana's a little bit different. With ETH, those things are going to bounce. So, I mean, I'll chuck 30 ETH at it. I go for 10%, 3 ETH, I'm out. It's like 9K,
Nice.
What more do I need than that? So sometimes I'll even throw, if it's huge liquidity, I could throw 50 to 100 ETH at it and come out with, I go for like 10, 30%. I'm not trying to hold it for a 10X. Yeah, that could be great, but that's just gambling. It will bounce. I'm just getting in at the bottom, getting out for small profits. No one trades like that. And I'll make hundreds of transactions a day. Sometimes I'll even find small caps, things with like 30K liquidity, put 0.2 ETH, sell for 0.25. You do that a bunch of times. I mean, 0.05 ETH, it's 100, 200 bucks, but like just over and over and over, there's just opportunities all day in shitcoins.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to buy and just hold them to the moon.
Everyone, dude. I mean, I made that mistake, to be honest. But which shitcoins did you catch? Did you catch Pepe?
Yeah, actually, I was in Pepe at block 0.
Wow.
And I did the math. So I bought, I think, 0.5 ETH, and it would have been worth, I think it was like 750 ETH at the top.
Jeez.
Obviously sold. During that time, after Pepe, what I actually started doing, and I don't do this anymore because volume isn't enough, but I started just, sniping. If anybody's not familiar with sniping, you're just basically buying a shit coin at block 0, use some type of software to get in before everyone. It's like a bot. It just gets, you buy like 0.05, whatever.
Yeah.
And if the thing goes up 100, 200, 300x, you make a ton of money. But I just started sniping everything in the month of May, just 0.02 into like everything. And I would roll out hold for 3 days. And I would just, 99% of them would be rugs. But the one, you get like 1,000x on. So you're like 0.05 ETH would be worth like 50. And then it'd make back all the other losses plus more.
Wow.
So I sniped Mong. I was like one of the top holders in Mong. I sniped so many coins during May, and I made a good amount. That was a super profitable strategy. I wouldn't do that anymore right now. But
Jared from Subway did that, right?
Yeah, I mean, Jared from Subway is just I have a Mev bot too, but I can only make like 1 to 2 ETH a week on it. It's not like Jared's where he can make 1 to 2 ETH per coin. It's just it catches people with really low gas and just they get screwed. But yeah, Jared from Subway, he snipes, but he also is a sandwich bot. Like I see him in every coin all day long. He probably makes 4 to 5 ETH per big coin launch. There's like a few a day. Like
wow,
I think the guy makes, I don't know, 500K to a mil a week. If shitcoins come back and we're in an actual bull market, he'll make like probably 3 to 4 mil a week.
Straight money printer. How is he able to do it and no one else?
Well, it's probably not even him. It's just a software that he built. It's a bot. He's probably doing it on auto. Like he's not sitting there and clicking all day long. Right. He has a bot that is just front running people.
Wow.
So I have to use Mev Blocker on all my wallets, or you'll get Jared from Subway. You'll get screwed. The one time I forgot to turn it on, and I was on a new wallet, and next thing I know, I got Mev for like 0.4 ETH. It's just annoying. Happens to people all day long, but yeah, he's able to do it. I mean, if I knew, I would build my own, but
Wow.
use some type of software.
Yeah, that's interesting. I want to get into some of the health hacks you do. You do some interesting stuff.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. A lot of people aren't really into it, but
I
I mean,
think
it
people
works
are
for me.
opening up though. I think before it was super weird and it still is weird, but people are opening up from what I see.
I mean, yeah, people are opening up to the whole. I mean, we can talk about what I do in a minute, but people are opening up to the whole carnivore thing. But what I do is a step above that, and yeah, just some of the things I do is weird, I guess. But
You only eat raw meat, right?
yeah, for the most part, like 99% of the time. Sometimes if I don't have food, which I usually do, like I literally, even on the way to not Vegas, I went to Aspen a week ago. I carry a doctor's note to be able to bring my food on planes, but I don't want to get it scanned because you put through a scanner, radiation. It's like super autistic stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I have to bring my food everywhere. I'm trying to gain weight right now. So, I mean, I don't know. Since the last time I saw you, it was probably like 2 years ago in Vegas or a year ago. And I've gained 65 pounds since
Damn.
then. But I don't even look fat right now. Like, that's because I'm eating raw meat. Raw fat molecules are much smaller than if I was eating McDonald's. I'd probably look fat right now, gaining 65 pounds. But I think that's been about 3 months where I started like to just, I wake up in the middle of the night, I literally drink a milkshake because I'm eating all day, every day, stuffing myself. So right now I'm trying to I still got like another 60, 70 pounds to go for my
How high are you
goal,
trying to get?
I probably want to weigh 270, 280.
Jeez. Why
I'm
so much?
6'4", 6'5". So, I mean, I won't look terrible. I might look a little bit fat. Maybe it'll start coming through my face. But yeah, it's a common misconception that being fat is bad for you. That's what a lot, I'm probably one of the only people to say this. People think I'm crazy, but everyone's like, oh, if you're fat, you're unhealthy. And this started in, I don't know, the 1960s, 70s, where like people started having body dysmorphia, and then the whole bodybuilding thing came on, and you should be super low fat. But in reality, it just makes people crazy. I mean, that's why you see all these people doing drugs and crime and stuff. A lot of people say it's because they're raised, but in reality, it's the diet they eat. It's humans are not meant to be eating fast food all day and McDonald's. And again, fat is good for you. Even bad fat is better for you than no fat. That's like the craziest thing to think about. But yeah, I'm trying to get as fat as possible right now. What is fat? It's technically a nutrient in the body. If you're eating good foods to get that fat, it's good. How do you soak up toxins? Through fat. So if you have a good amount of excess fat, you don't have to be fat year round. It's almost like you're a bear. You can shed it off, gain 20 pounds, lose 20 pounds. Maybe in the summer you're lighter. But for the most part, I'm trying to get up to a super high body fat. And again, I won't look like that because I'm eating healthy foods. I maybe look a little bit fat, but yeah, I'm trying to get up to a super high body fat and then just sit there for about 6 months to a year, get as healthy as possible, and then start to kind of lose it. And when you lose it, that's when you feel like amazing because your body's just running off basically those fat fuels. You don't have to eat any carbs, you don't have to eat anything. You're just eating less calories per day and you just feel amazing. But since I've become fatter, I feel amazing. I mean, I feel so much more calm now. I have amazing sleep. I didn't really have bad sleep before, but yeah, just everything. I've never had digestive issues anymore. I used to be lactose intolerant. Now I drink a gallon of milk a day. Like
Drink a gallon of milk a day?
probably like maybe half a gallon, maybe 3/4.
Is it raw milk or regular?
Yeah. I get all my food from an Amish farm in Pennsylvania. So
Wow.
for the most part, sometimes if I go out to eat, which people are like, how do you go to restaurants? It's actually pretty easy because most of the times they'll give me a raw steak. Or if I go for sushi, it's the same thing. Like I have a place I go in Miami. They know me. They give me a raw steak, raw chicken, raw fish, whatever I want. Like,
Yeah.
they
Have
don't
you ever
care.
gotten sick from eating raw meat?
No, and again, it's people talk about conventional thinking, how it's wrong, how everything you've been taught is a lie since birth.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with diet. It's the same thing that why would it be bad to eat raw food as an animal? We're animals, right? So why can a dog eat raw meat, or why can any animal eat raw meat? But when we have raw meat, it somehow can make you sick. People get sick and then they blame the raw meat when it could be in reality something completely different. Maybe their body is just, and again, I don't believe in germ theory either. I don't believe that you could cough on me right now and that I get sick and I contract a cold from you. You can't contract a virus, it's not alive. So that's the whole thinking of the whole thing. It's almost like a logic thing. What is raw meat? Well, what is on it? Bacteria, but isn't those bacteria and enzymes? That's what helps you digest the food. Anybody that eats raw meat, you can ask them too. They could eat it for months, feel amazing. The second they have cooked food, they feel tired and bloated. So why is that? It's probably because it takes longer to digest. It's harder. If you cook a steak, it probably takes a long time, probably more than half the time they digest than it's raw.
Wow.
And you feel so much lighter after too. So, I mean, some people can't get past the raw food, but let's just say you don't want to eat raw steak or raw chicken. Just have some, if you like sushi, have some sushi, drink some raw milk. That's my diet is basically just raw meat, butter, milk, a lot of dairy, eat a lot of cheese, unsalted. And, it's basically it. Just a little bit of fruit. I have fruit like once a week, maybe once every couple days.
Yeah.
Vegetable juice, just celery and carrot, and that's basically it. It's a diet predicated on a guy named Argenis von der Planets. He died back in 2013. He fell off his balcony, but he was curing a lot of people of cancer and a lot of different diseases.
Wow.
And he was
just through diet?
Just through diet, nothing else. He never, cool. And I mean, I think he had, I don't know, like 98, 99% success rate. He probably cured like 350 people.
Damn.
And of the 7 that he didn't cure, they didn't do what he said, or they were extremely skinny and they were just so far gone that he just couldn't do anything.
Wow, that is interesting. Yeah, I got to try out the raw milk. You also bathe in milk, right?
Yeah, so the whole bath thing, again, it's part of the diet. I pour milk, apple cider vinegar, salt, what else? Clay and coconut cream in a bath. Just a bunch of different stuff to neutralize tap water. Because tap water's got so much random in it.
Yeah.
Ideally, you want to go to a hot spring, but if you don't have that, bath is fine. And how does toxins get out of the body? It perspires through the skin. So when you bathe, you are releasing those toxins. Like if you get out of the bath after an hour-long bath, you wipe your skin. So that's all like sweat and toxins just on your skin. That's how you get that out. All those plastics and seed oils that you've eaten your entire life, it builds up in your lymphatic system. So the only way to melt those is to get your body above 100 degrees. Or I think like 104 is where I set the bath at. So you're basically forcing a fever. You're melting all that. You might feel sick after your first one because you're literally dumping all these poisons back into your body to get expelled. But yeah, I mean, the quickest way to become healthy is baths. No one really does it.
I do hot tubs a lot. Is that the same effect or not?
I mean, does your hot tub have chlorine?
Probably.
I mean, even if it's tap water, like
it is.
It has chlorine. So all you're doing is sweating, and then chlorine is getting back into the skin and just. So it's kind of. I wouldn't do it in a hot tub. I wouldn't really ever sit in chlorine or even bathe. I don't even take showers.
Are you interested in coming on the Digital Social Hour podcast as a guest? Well, click the application link below in the description of this video. We are always looking for cool stories, cool entrepreneurs to talk to about business and life. Click the application link below, and here's the episode, guys. All right, so I take hot tubs. Is that as effective as taking a bath?
I mean, what is in a hot tub? Is it tap water?
Yeah.
If it's tap water, then there's probably chlorine, and there's probably chlorine in your hot tub too. Most hot tubs have it. So bathing in that is definitely not good. That's why, I mean, if you can, dump some apple cider vinegar, some milk, whatever, to neutralize some of that stuff. But
which type of milk? Raw milk?
Yeah. That's another thing. A lot of people, they'll go to the store and they'll pick up a gallon of milk, but it's pasteurized. What is pasteurized? They heat it to, I don't know, 140, 50. They're just killing all of the bacteria, exactly what you need for the raw milk to be effective. So it's pretty hard to get unpasteurized milk. The only place I know you can get in America that not from a farm is at Irwan in LA.
And they charge you like $20 probably.
But that Raw Farms is good. I don't think it's as good as the Amish Farms, but I get all my stuff from an Amish farm in Pennsylvania.
Nice. Now you don't take showers. Do you get complaints that you smell bad?
No, not really ever. I mean, if I need to bathe, I go to the ocean every day. I like going to the ocean, sitting in the sand, whatever. Usually I'm in Miami, but it's not like I've probably taken a shower. I don't know. I mean, I took one this morning because I'm in Vegas. I try not to because I don't want tap water touching my skin, but for the most part, just baths and the ocean. A lot of people, no one talks about the bath stuff. That's the easiest way to get insanely healthy, and all the doctors will be like, oh, this and that. The only thing that it could harm is maybe if you want to have kids, probably don't want to take baths. It might make you a little bit infertile for a few weeks, but after you'll be fine. But everyone does the saunas and the cold plunges, which are complete crap. I don't know who created them or and same with the red light therapy. All this stuff is just created for marketing. People want to build saunas or steam rooms, or red light therapy can fix you, whatever. It's all you shouldn't. I don't believe in the cold plunges or the saunas or anything.
Wow. So why are baths so much better than showers?
Well, baths better than cold plunges and saunas, you mean?
Yeah.
I guess, so a hot bath, you're actually able to perspire all those toxins on your skin. A sauna, I don't even know how hot saunas are, but Number one, it's
they're
gonna
hot, bro. They're like 160 to 180.
if you want to do that every day, it's gonna damage your lungs. It's gonna damage your eyes. You're also sweating, and then the sweat is staying on top of your skin. So then it's going to perspire back into your skin. It's just going to sit there. All the toxins are going to be on there, and it's not going to actually be neutralized. Like the bath, there's milk, there is apple cider. The second that you're sweating out, it's instantly neutralized.
Wow.
So you can sit in the bath for an hour or two. You can't sit in the sauna, and it's not long enough to actually heat your body to that level. And then cold plunges are a whole other thing. People are like, oh, it increases testosterone, and just do a cold plunge every day or cold shower. Total BS. What produces testosterone? How does your body make more testosterone? Through nutrients. So how is getting in cold water going to make your body produce more testosterone? So that's a complete lie. That's just logical thinking. Second off, yes, you feel great after it, just like you feel great doing coke, because the second you step in that cold shower, you're in shock. Your body goes into a fight or flight mode. It's in shock. But after, you're like, oh, I feel like I had a cup of coffee. It's the same thing as drinking coffee. It's not healthy at all. It's not sustainable, and there's no benefits to it. It's all complete crap. Anybody that says, oh, it helps with circulation or whatever, there's nothing that can help more with circulation than a hot bath. Cold, not good. Hot, good. That's what I say.
Now, I know you frequent nightclubs. Are you a big partier, a big drinker? What's your take on drugs and alcohol?
Yeah, I actually don't frequent nightclubs anymore. I mean, I try not to. Sometimes my friends like to go out, or some girls want to go out. Sure. I mean, I went for New Year's, but I'm sitting at the club. I'm like, wish I was like somewhere else right now. I like nice dinners. I like just chilling at home. But I don't really ever drink. I've never tried a drug in my life. I smoke cigars. That's about it. If people like drugs, sure, maybe some people will help them let go. But I don't see any net positive to doing drugs. Let's say you don't like drugs. So, okay, there's no point. Let's say you like them. That's not good either. You don't want to get into drugs. So that's one thing I've always kind of stood by. I was never able to do drugs as a kid. I would get drug tested anyway. So
for what?
I was a swimmer. So in college, we were NCAA drug tested. And as a kid, same thing, 'cause I was competing professionally. So
damn, you were nice then.
Yeah, I kind of got lucky in that front. I was never even able to take them, nor did I even have any. I didn't have any inclination to take them. My parents don't drink ever. They've never touched drug in their life either. So I probably got it from them, because they would act like weed is the same thing as crack. And I kind of had that instilled in me. I don't think that's the same now, but I don't even want to try weed. I don't want to try whatever that. Maybe when I'm 40 or 50 and I go through it, maybe if I want to go through like a partying stage, maybe I'll go do some crazy. But for the most part, I'll drink like couple times a year. If I'm going to drink, I try to drink like organic wine. That's the only thing I really drink. I don't really drink anything else. And sometimes sake, but that's about it.
Now, do you buy this whole organic thing? What's your take on organic produce?
Yeah, no, it's true. I mean, if you want to go get organic strawberries versus regular strawberries, they spray the regular strawberries with a bunch of BS. You do not want to eat inorganic fruits. I mean, you could soak it in some water, put the water in, test it, and see how many chemicals are in it. Organic is definitely better, but they just, if you're getting your stuff from a supermarket, there's always going to be something, or that it's hard to really do, but you always want to buy organic. That is true. It is more expensive for a reason, because who knows? I guess they don't spray it. It makes it harder.
Yeah. Now, these Amish farms you order your food for, do they deliver?
Yeah. They deliver anywhere in the U.S.
Oh, wow.
If you're outside the U.S., you got to find other plugs. Like I have plugs all over. Like I was in Bali. I had a plug there. I'm in Dubai. I got a plug there. I got a plug in. I had paid some guy $150 to bring me a bunch of stuff in the Maldives when I landed at the airport. I mean,
nice.
And in the U.S., while I'm traveling, even overseas, it works. I just have this doctor's note where it says, like, if I don't eat every hour, I'll die. Whoa. And I act like I'm crazy. Like I'm like begging the people. I'm like, no, I have to bring it through or I'll get really sick. They're like looking at the note. It says like, Gavin Mayo needs this. And they're just like, this looks so fake. But they have to bring in a bomb expert and everything. But they always let me through. They technically have to, because I just like freak out. Like you have to basically go in with the fact that they're not taking my food. They try to every time, and I'm just like,
that's excessive. Same with water. When you bring in water,
yeah, I mean, I can't bring the milk, but everything else I can bring. I bring in butter. I bring in all raw meat. I was just traveling for the past 2 weeks because of the holidays, so I had like a whole bag just full of food, and I'm just dumping it out, and they're like, who the is this guy?
We got to start flying private, man.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like today I'm probably leaving Vegas. I'll probably fly private back to LA, but yeah, I think flying private is pretty retarded, to be honest.
Why?
It's just such a waste of money.
Especially JSX is
JSX is basically private. I mean, I'm only going back because my friend has a plane here already, and he he's a pilot. He flies for fun. So
Yeah.
I might just go back.
So stuff like that's not bad. But I know what you mean when you're paying for the whole flight, like 80 G's to get to Miami from here.
Yeah, I used to fly private, not too much, but I've done the flight from LAX to Miami by myself for some reason. Like it was just a really good week in business, and I did that, and I was like, why did I just spend? I think it was 35 or something.
Yeah.
And LA to Vegas, sure, it's still a waste of money because you could just spend 30 more minutes at the airport, just get clear, go through, don't pack a carry-on.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Flying private is a bit. I mean, I know billionaires that don't fly private because they can't be asked. They don't care to. They're frugal. They don't want to spend $200K to go from LAX to Japan or.
Yeah.
It just depends where.
Unless you own the jet like Cardone, then it's not worth it.
Even if you own the jet, it's just so. If you're flying every day or a couple times a week, then yeah, you should own a jet. But I mean, I travel for fun. I'm not really traveling for business. So I did the math. I was in 25 countries this year.
Damn.
If I had a jet, I probably still would have been just about. I probably would have still lost a little bit of money.
Wow.
Compared to just flying around. I mean, business isn't bad, especially Emirates. Like I stayed in Dubai for a month or two this year. I kept hopping in and out, and I'd always try to fly Emirates. It's basically the same thing as private.
Mm-hmm.
You literally, they have a separate line at the airport. You go through the security. It takes about 5 minutes. They like walk all your bags over, and then they literally just have a shuttle straight to the front of the plane. You get on the plane, wait a few minutes, and it's off.
Yeah.
You're probably saving 20 minutes by flying private from Dubai. There's no point.
I feel
now,
that.
in the U.S., it gets a bit annoying, but yeah, for the most part, flying private's a waste of money.
I feel that. Why are you traveling so much? 25 countries in 1 year is crazy.
Just felt like it. I mean, I didn't really have anything to attend to. Obviously, I can do business anywhere in the world. I wanted to meet a lot of people that were in different countries. So I started the year last year in the Middle East, hit Egypt, Dubai. Where did I go after that? London, Tulum. Stayed there for a few weeks, came back. Aspen for the winter, obviously got a hit.
Mm-hmm.
Back to the Middle East. I went to Maldives, Asia. I was in for a month and a half. Australia, nice. New Zealand, basically just all over the place. But it would just be I'd get to a country, if I liked it, I'd stay. I never stayed anywhere longer than 3 weeks,
mm-hmm.
and then at the end of the 3 weeks, like the day before, I'd be like, where should I go next? Book the flight. And
wow, so you didn't have a return flight. You were just
pretty much never. Sometimes I had things planned, like I went on a hunting trip to Africa. So I had that planned from like a month and a half before, but that's I think the most I planned in advance.
What were you hunting?
Small game. So I mean, we got giraffe, blue wildebeest.
You hunted a giraffe?
Oh yeah,
that's dope.
Yeah, I don't want to piss any of the vegans off. But yeah, I shot a giraffe, zebra, blue wildebeest, bush pig, basically all the small African game. You can hunt anything. Everybody thinks, oh, but they're extinct. What about zebra? You can hunt anything you want. You can hunt lion, hunt crocodile, hippopotamus, elephant. You can hunt leopard, whatever you want in Africa. So,
was there any sketchy encounters there with the animals?
No. So I was hunting small game. The only thing that could kill you on the ranch that I was on is leopard, which they won't because they're so rare, and blue. Cape buffalo. Those things will charge you, and they've killed a lot of people. But as long as you're in the vehicle and you're pretty much good. Now, if you want to hunt bigger game like lion and elephant, you're on a whole different ranch. It's like a separate thing. Mm-hmm. These are private ranches we're hunting on. It's all legal. It's all you have hunt license and everything. But yeah, that's a whole different thing because these lions, if you're trying to shoot them, they'll literally charge at you.
Damn.
And if you are not a good shot, you're dead. I mean,
no way.
We were our guide that we were with. I've been there twice now. So
yeah.
I took my grandfather there and my cousins and my uncles because it was his dream to hunt. That's how I got into hunting because of him.
Nice.
So I took him. That's why I got into the whole African hunting. It was amazing. But we went there one time. But the second time we came back, they said the week before they took someone out and he got mauled by a lion.
Holy.
No, not they didn't, but their neighboring partner with a ranch, they took them out, and yeah, the guy got mauled. Like,
wow,
it happens all the time. So I don't know if I'm too into the big game hunting yet, but I mean, my friend wants to do it. He's like ready to go for a lion. I'm like, all right, you gotta. He's never even shot a rifle until this past time we went, and I'm like,
you should probably work your way up to that.
yeah, no, it's risky because like you have 3-4 seconds. Like the second.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, and these things are huge too. So you shoot it once, you got to shoot it like, and you have a high-powered rifle too, so you get like 2 shots.
Jeez.
And if you miss, then I mean they'll have people with pistols next to you, but like you can't rely on them.
Pistol won't kill a lion.
Yeah. Well,
unless you headshot
if 2 of the guys are just but yeah, those things will people get mauled every day.
Wow, that is scary. what I've seen your take on video games, and I think it's interesting for someone your age. So many people your age are interested in video games and play them ridiculously.
Yeah, video games is just another form of dopamine. Let's say you like watching movies, sure. Let's say you like gambling, sure. Let's say you want to play video games. It's not a good thing to do every day, but if that's your thing and you do it once a week, whatever. I don't play video games. I never was really into it, but I think there was like a few weeks in college I was playing Super Smash Bros. A lot, and I was like, this is fun as fuck. I mean, it's fun. I'm trying to think the last time I played a video game. When I go home to my hometown, I have like an Xbox and I'll play like zombies maybe with my brother for like 20 minutes. But yeah, I wouldn't get into video games. Again, there's not really a net positive to video games, just like drugs, unless you're doing it for a living.
Right.
So if you like it, it's not good because you're gonna probably do it in place of other things that will give you more satisfaction. And if you don't like it, then why the are you doing it? You know?
Yeah. You're also not a fan of sporting events and concerts.
Yeah, not really. I actually don't like really music in general. I hate loud music. Like at this casino, I got to get out of Vegas because I'm like, it's just tick, tick, tick. Like I just can't. Even though I do well in Vegas, so I don't really like the whole loud music thing. I don't like a bunch of crowded areas and sporting events. I just don't see why you would go to a sporting event unless you're betting on the game. Yeah. What's the point of watching other guys sweat? I mean, some people like it as a game, but whatever. It's not really my thing.
Yeah. You went viral for that one clip about becoming a billionaire.
Oh, yeah.
What was your take on all the feedback you got from that?
Yeah, I mean, they just don't believe that I'm the youngest billionaire. I can't believe it. I mean, I'm 22 years old. How can they not believe I'm a billionaire? But no, in reality, that clip was obviously a joke. A lot of people are like, you're not actually a billionaire. I searched you up, and it's actually weird. For some reason, Google says I have a net worth of 837 million or something.
Wow.
I don't even know. The internet is very retarded. I didn't even... So many people were posting. It actually went like gig viral. Probably got like 50, 100 million views across all platforms. And people were just kind of hating on it. I was like, obviously it's a joke. Yeah. Because when someone asks you your net worth, you're not going to be like, yeah, my net worth is actually 83,690,003 cents. Like, you're not going to tell someone your actual net worth. And everyone would lie anyway. So I was just like, yeah, I'm the youngest billionaire. But anybody that actually wants to be a billionaire, I think is a moron. Because why do you want to be a billionaire? What is the point? What? So you can be in the back pockets of the government, or you can, I don't know, probably cheat your way to the top. How do you make that much money? You have to do some type of shady thing. Maybe you own a giant business. Maybe you're getting hit with lawsuits every single day. It's one of them. It's either you probably own some type of fund where thousands of people are on your back, you have thousands of lawsuits, or you own some type of giant company, or you're in the bed with the government, and that's a whole other story on why you don't want to do that. So to actually make that amount of money, people don't realize how hard it actually is. I have no inkling to become a billionaire. Not my thing. I'm not actually the youngest billionaire. Obviously, I like to make money. I'm a hustler. That's how I was born, and that's how I've always been. But I don't necessarily think of it like a numbers game. Like, oh, I want to reach $1 billion someday. I think someday, I mean, I'm 22 now. By the time I'm 60, with smart investments, and I'm very good at trading, and I'm very good with understanding the markets, but yeah, inflation too, I think probably could get there, but it's not like I would even care. That is the only way to do it without some I mean, you have the amount of stress you're under as a billionaire. You can't even enjoy life. It's almost like running for president. Like it's not where I want to be.
Yeah.
I want to do way different things.
That's true though. You see a lot of the billionaires like Zuckerberg and Bill Gates, they look really stressed.
Yeah, those are like giga billionaires. Even people that have like 1 to 2 billion. I mean, they've had to do something, or they own some giant company, and that's a whole other thing. If that's your thing and that's your life purpose, then sure. But I have other purpose in life than running some company.
No, I agree. Ty Lopez talks about this actually. He says make 100, 200K a month, stay low key, and you'll be the happiest you've ever been.
Yeah. That's kind of how I've been. I mean, I've pretty much been off the internet for 2 months now. I completely stopped tweeting. I only post things on Instagram, like just stories when I'm out having fun. But I just completely stopped social media. I stopped making videos. I stopped giving voice messages in my Telegram. I get bored really easily. I was kind of done with it.
I feel that. Gavin, it's been fun, man. Where can people find you?
Yeah, if you want to find me, my Instagram is @Mayo. I mean, that's the only place I'm really posting. I used to post on Twitter. Maybe I'll come back @EarnMayo. And that's basically it. I mean, my YouTube is @EarnMayo, but I don't really post on there anymore. And yeah.
All right, brother. Thanks for coming on.
Awesome. Thanks.
Yeah, great seeing you again, man.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, see you guys tomorrow.
See you.